Good evening and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment in Canada around the world. Today is our last episode of 2022 and everybody is thinking about what is there on their mind is will the housing prices fall in 2023 in Canada? My name is Tahir Qureshi. I'm a fellow of Real Estate of Canada, broker of record for City Pro Realty Inc. brokerage, and also principal broker of Canada Express Mortgage Inc., license number 13241. So we're going to talk about various things, what happened in 2022 and what are the projections. So first of all, the major thing that impact us is the inflation. And inflation caused us a tremendous stress, particularly for those homeowners or the buyers, or even the homeowner, they are planning to sell the property to upgrade, or the interest rate. What are the effects of inflation? Why the Bank of Canada rate their benchmark rate 4% in 2022. If you had a variable mortgage in January and February, your costs could have been $300-400 for $100,000, for example, if you borrow against line of credit. That same amount now is going to cost you triple because the variable rate, which normally given against the home equity line, which we all use, was 2.45. Some people may have a minus or plus that rate. It is now 6.45, so 4%. Remember, the OFSI rules are to add 2% stress test. And that 2% test, instead of 2%, it went 4% increase, which created lots of problem and affordability issue. And this is why the lots of people are in trouble. So what we need to find out is, what are three effects of inflation? The inflation is measured by the consumer price index. And at a low rate, it keeps the economy very healthy. But when the rate of inflation rises rapidly, it can result in a lower purchasing power. So what really happened is the purchasing power of the people or the consumer get lowered. High interest rate because you are buying something at a higher rate than you were normally projected. And it will create a slower economy growth and other negative impact on the economy. Now, what are the growth effects? Because inflation is not neutral, and in no case does it favor rapid economic growth, because cost of borrowing will go high. Transportation, food, supply, everything go high. So how is going to affect the economy? Is going to slow down because you have a less power to purchase. The most obvious impact of inflation is that it hurts your purchasing power. And if you cannot buy as many goods and services as you did before inflation, and your quality of living will eventually diminish. Amount of money that you have saved over the years, you're not able to maintain that because you're buying groceries, food, supply, even car, not available. So our economy is dependent on many factors. It is based on supply and demand. Demand is high, supply is not there, lack of parts. You can try to book a car right now. We give you 6 month lead time, or you take whatever you have. That's why cost of used car is going up. Similarly, now let's look at the real estate. We're going to talk about the real estate, what impact that it has on our economy in recent years. Okay, so let's talk about the what projection that we have. I shared with you November prices of Toronto Regional Real Estate Board TREP data. We're going to talk about national data. We're going to talk about this. So we have in November 21, 22, minus 49.4% in sales transaction. Now, new listing, we are 11.6% lower than last year into November 22. And active listing, listen to me carefully. Active listing, we have a 95.7% active listing. It was lower in October, has gone to 95 because we have less sale. If you look at the sale data, we only sold 4,544 transactions through Toronto Regional Real Estate Board MLS system in 2022, as compared to 8,979 in 2021. Average price in TREP, average price in 21 was 1,162,562, and now is 1,079,395. So we are minus 7.2% from the price of last November to this November. But remember, I shared with you the average price as compared to the total sale in 2021 to 2022, we are about $100,000 more. So there is an increase in prices for this period, even though sale has gone down. I projected, which I said that before, about 40% less sale as compared to 2021 is projected. We still have to get the statistic for the December. But November is the lowest month in terms of sale in across Canada. Now, in GTA area, including 905 and 416 area. So we're going to talk about a little bit more about the housing prices. For example, sale and average price by major home category. So basically, we have detached home, we have semi, we have townhome, we have a condo. So we talk about sales and we talk about the average price. So average price of detached home in 416 is 1.56 million in 416, and average price is 1,329,165 in 905 area. The semi average price is 1,187,016 in 416 and 924,080 in 905 area. We're going to talk about other Peel region, other area as well. So townhouses, average price 995,074 and 905, 872,014. And condo was 734,797 and 649,332 in 905 area. That's the average price. Sales have gone down, so let's look at the percentage of sale. Detached home, I'm going to talk about 905 and 416 area, minus 46.4% detached home across 905 and 416 area. Semi-detached, 48.7% minus in November. Townhouse, minus 46.4% sales reduction. And condo apartment was minus 54.9%. This is a sale, negative, negative, negative. Now, average price, we're going to talk about 416, 905 together. detached home minus 11.3%, semi-detached minus 13.9% across GTA and 905 and 416. 416 has a higher minus as compared to 905. Similarly, townhouse. In Toronto, 1.4% was positive sale average price, whereas 905 was a negative, minus 8.7. So price became minus 6.4. And condo apartment, minus 1.5 in 416 and positive 0.3% in average price in 905 area. So it became to minus 0.9 across all properties, type of properties, negative, negative, negative. Now, its average list day on the market is 13, changed from 30 to 22, 69.2%. And property days on the market, 18 to 33, they 83.3%. So that tells me it's taking us longer to sell, longer to sell. So therefore, it's not going to be easy because one reason. When Bank of Canada started raising the interest rate, inflation was 8.1%. They have increased the benchmark rate by 4%, and as of recent reporting, the November inflation is 6.8. So you increase, the Bank of Canada increase benchmark rate 4% to bring down from 8.1 to 6.8. Okay. So therefore, I saw a survey on LinkedIn that they did Bank of Canada. Do you think the Bank of Canada will increase interest rate in 2023? 100% people say yes. So that means interest rate is not going down in 2023. I am projecting interest rate will increase by Bank of Canada another 0.75 to 1.25% in 2023. So it will accelerate reduction of inflation, slow down things, buying power already reduced. You don't have a purchasing power anymore. You can't qualify for the mortgages. Lots of people will be thinking about putting hold on their decision to buy things. So I'm projecting the 0.75 to 1.25 interest rate hike is expected in 2023 based on what rate has taken place before, because Bank of Canada wants to bring the inflation rate to 3% by the end of 2023. They have raised 4%. Is the interest rate that has impacted real estate market significantly? What about the other economy, other area? Because cost of borrowing money to do business has increased. So how do you expect the affordability of the housing will be impacted? So first thing is to predict about the inflation rate. If the 4% has brought down about 2% of the inflation, so how much time is going to take? I am predicting that it might take a little bit longer than in 23, 24 before the Bank of Canada start giving you a break in terms of interest. My prediction is the bank rate, the offering bank rate for mortgage financing, everybody going to be competing for the business. When the buyer are not able to buy the property, they're not able to borrow the money. How the hell they're going to buy anything? Who is going to suffer? Financial sector. Banks are making profit and billions of dollars, but they're not going to be able to do business because there is no business. People are not buying the properties. I'm talking about real estate because we are involved with real estate. Therefore, less business for banks, so the bank will start competing with each other. I'm also hoping that our federal government is really listening and get away or get rid of this stress test because rates are already high enough and people are not qualifying for it. Why to put them under to this burden? Because people need the home. They need to have a shelter for the family, and they want to have another, buy a home to have a shelter for their family. So it's something very essential. Rental will go up. Rentals are going up. And if you are a new rental, first time rental, the landlord can charge you any money. Once they have signed a residential tenancy agreement, after that they have to follow the instruction of or the rate of the Delhi government when the rental tribunal will make the announcement. But affordability is an issue. 72% of the income of Ontario is going toward the ownership of the house, maintenance of the house, mortgage payment, insurance, maintenance, upkeep, utility bills, insurance, everything accumulating almost 72%. Vancouver is almost 79% area. So that's too much. How much money is left for education, the food, and other amenities a Canadian need, a basic necessity? It's really becoming more difficult and challenging. Therefore, it's very, very important for the government to pay attention how they're going to do about it. So first thing is the mortgage is going up. Mortgage rates are going up. They're going to be going up. Now, if you look at the detail, I was looking at I shared with you, last year we have 121,639,000 transactions in TRAP. Now, and average price was 1,095,333. And this year so far, we have 72,058. And average price is 1,195,945. This is based on all type of homes and average price. So it shows about $106,000 increase from last year. So basically you're looking at about, I would say 100,000. If this average price, 100,000, 10%, 8.9 to 9% increase from last year this year. So regardless of a reduction in sale, your prices is still going up. And therefore, I do not see, we have yet to see the December report and lowest and November deal is a sale was 4,544. This does not include its data, maybe, or other data. We're going to talk about the national projection at the same time so you have an idea what's happening here and we can talk about that. So let's talk about the national data and see where we are. And let's go back. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit breakdown on the average region by, because this is very important for you to understand that. So let's look at the total data, which I already shared the semi-detached. Now I'm going to talk about November 22 year over year percentage of change in MLS home price index. So total TRAP composite, all TRAP data shows minus 5.49 as all data, all houses, whereas single shows minus 7.73 and single minus 6.81 and townhouses TRAP total minus 1.42, apartment 2.88 average. Okay, this is across Toronto. Now we're going to talk about Halton now. We're going to talk about Halton. Halton, all types, minus 11.18 in November 22. Single detached, minus 12.49. And single family detached is minus 12.63, townhome minus 7.67, and apartment 1.14. So apartment, people affordability is issue, so people are moving toward the condominium now, as this is what is shown on the data. The Peel region, which is Mississauga and Brampton and also Caledon. So it was all properties based on TREB data. Remember, this is a TREB report. Is minus 5.08 all type of home, minus 7.13 detached home, minus 7.02 semi-detached, and 0.43 townhome, and 6.6 is condo apartment. So you can see that condominium was positive in Toronto and also Halton and also in Peel region. Now let's talk about the city of Toronto itself. The city of Toronto, we're going to talk about, it was minus 4.25 overall with all the properties, but it was minus 7.94 detached home, minus 7.34 single detached, and townhome 1.78 positive, and 2.05 condo positive. York region, it is minus 1.57, detached home minus 2.99, semi-detached minus 1.40, and townhome minus 0.76, and apartment 4.62 positive. Durham region, it was minus 8.57, all properties, minus 9.03 detached home, minus 9.56 semi-detached, minus 2.93 townhouse, and 2.06 positive for apartment. Orangeville, minus 4.04 all type, minus 4.97 detached home, minus 4.97 semi, and minus a positive 2.84 townhome, and 13.47 apartment. So Orangeville apartments are booming. You want to invest, that's the way to go. So South Simcoe County, all type minus 9.17, detached home, single home, minus 10.08, single family detached, minus 5.48%, townhome minus 1.15, and apartment 5%. So you can see that in November, only apartment are the ones that are showing the positive territory. Everything is negative, except the Peel region and the city of Toronto that has the positive, as well as Orangeville positive on townhouse. We're going to take a short break, and we will continue to come back and talk about will housing prices fall in 2023 in Canada.
Are you going through a challenging time with your life? Pandit Nandha ji has experience in astrology, helping people by reading into their astrological charts along with future readings. The astrologer does reading of your face, palm, horoscope, vastu, planet, black magic removal, evil spells and spirits, voodoo, spiritual healer, love, removes jadoo, and many more. The astrologer has a center in Brampton with the name of Pandit Nandha ji, where you can visit him and find a solution to all your problems. Connect with him at 1-647-822-9607.
Naan and Shawarma. Now serving from 4 locations.
KK Travel believe in providing everyone the first-class customer service. We take care not only for your air ticket, but dignity and respect as well. We are available for you anytime on WhatsApp, even while you are in Pakistan or any other destination. KK Travels guarantee lowest prices and are open to price match any airline.
We are KK Travels under supervision of Gas Khan at 905-367-9433 or visit www.gaskhontravels.com.
डिक्सी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स और अप्लायंसेस पिछले 16 सालों से खरीदारों की खिदमत कर रहे हैं। हम लगातार 4 सालों से खरीदारों की पहली पसंद बने रहने का अवार्ड हासिल कर चुके हैं। हम किचनर्स, बॉश, वर्लपूल, एलजी, सैमसंग और जनरल इलेक्ट्रिक के ऑथराइज्ड डीलर हैं। 5 स्टार खिदमत का लुत्फ लें। हम आप सभी को टीवी सबसे ज्यादा रियायती दामों पर देने की गारंटी देते हैं। www.dixieelectronics.ca हमारी वेबसाइट पर जाएं या अभी कॉल करें 905-625-5900। सभी बहुत ही मुनासिब कीमत पर दस्तयाब हैं जो आप बाआसानी से ले सकते हैं। At Dixie, we sell quality and deliver confidence.
Now it's fully renovated. Live catering, barbecue, tandoor, जलेबियाँ और fresh naan. तकरीब आपके घर में हो या घर से बाहर, Zoc is providing full service now, and Zoc has opened a new banquet hall, garden event center. आपका Zoc देखकर लोग कहेंगे क्या Zoc है आपका? Call right now 905-625-7786. Zoc वालों के लिए.
Good evening and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment in Canada around the world. My name is Tahir Qureshi. I'm a fellow of Royal Institute of Canada, broker record for City Realty Inc. brokerage and also principal brokerage of Canada Express Mortgage Inc. license number 13241. We're talking about will the housing prices fall in 2023 in Canada? Realistically, there are a couple of factors involved in the projection of sales. We're going to share with you the data with the Canadian Real Estate Association, which is our national institution. We are all member of that share the data. I'm going to share with you the data in terms of sales projection as well as the average prices. Before we do that, we have a couple of things to realize. What government is taking efforts to bring down the inflation? Is the rising of interest rate is helping the inflation? It appears to me it's not. Major issue is supply and demand. What effort federal government and provincial governments and the municipalities are taking to expedite the approval process, make more affordable housing? When this inflation hit, interest rates go high. Is it increasing the income of the people who want to buy? Because when you increase the interest rate, less and less people will qualify. If somebody was qualifying for $1 million, last increase of half a point will bring them down to 900,000. So basically, it affected $100,000 on someone to buy a house. And if their house, that house they want to buy is not reachable because they're short of $100,000, where they come from? They end up going to borrowing money. They are going to the private lender. Obviously, each family is struggling to make their own, meet their own needs. Therefore, it's unimaginable to ask a family member to help you because each one of you will have their own obligation. Unless somebody have a money stand by, they can give it to you for a short period of time to go through this. But it appears to me this inflation is causing a longevity effect on people. So it's not going to be just 2022, 23. It may even pour into 2024 before things come back. We became accustomed to lowest interest rate, and therefore we have bought bigger properties. And unless you make effort to increase your income, multiple avenue. If you are a self-employed, you're doing multiple things to generate revenue to pay for it. Because if you borrow money to support your kid and the interest rate has gone up, you already paying more money for the line of credit or variable mortgage you have. And unfortunately, choices are very limited. Either you take a short-term fixed based on your income so you control the risk right now that you are facing. Otherwise, if you take a variable, if you have an influx of more income coming to you and you can prevail another 12 to 18 months before things start coming toward normalization. It's a dream of Bank of Canada to bring inflation to 2% in 2024. They're projecting 3% in 2023. So therefore, we have few days left to start the 2023 and see what challenges are and how we can handle all these complex issues. People still need to buy the house. Who is going to be in a better shape is the one who have made good decision, creating your budget, allocating funds, saving money for the down payment, and preparing risk, working with a real estate professional to plan these things way ahead of time before you are putting an offer. I have always worked with clients, particularly first-time buyers. Sometimes it takes 6 to 12 months before they're able to buy a property. But they are being educated every step of the way because first-time buyer has some options they can consider to buy it. Unfortunately, the price has gone up. They have to think about moving away from the big cities because affordability is a big issue. So before I give you my projection, whether this price is going to fall in 23 in Canada, we're going to go and discuss what our premier organization, Canadian Real Estate Association, they have the copyright of this, what are they projecting for 23 there. So as you know, in 2020, we're going to talk about sales first. So 2022, they were projecting Canada-wide minus 20% sale reduction. And in Toronto, Trev, I projected 40% because of the variation in price was there. We are almost 80. I'm hoping that it will be less than 80,000 as compared to 141, 121,000 transactions. So in between somewhere. So they're saying in Canada-wise be minus 20% as compared to 2021, and projection sale further reduction in 23 minus 2.3. So we're going to talk about Ontario and then we talk about Ontario. So Ontario, they're projecting minus 27.6% reduction across Canada, minus sales, not the average price. And projections are in 23, they will further go down minus 1.4%. This is Ontario only. Let's talk because a lot of data is there about Canada, so we're going to talk about projection, okay? So British Columbia, projections are 9% increase in 2022 and minus 1.2 in 23. Alberta, 2022, 6.8% increase and 0.5%. So 0.5% increase projected 23. Saskatchewan, 2.7% increase in 2022 and 3.6% in 23. Manitoba, 8.8% percentage of change and minus 1.2% in 23. Ontario, they're expecting 8.4%. Remember, I shared with you there is about 100,000, 106,000 difference from the total sale in TREB for 2021 to 11 months for 2022 is still 106,000, which is similarly to what expected 8.4%. And projection is minus 0.3% average price forecast. So Ontario, based on Korea, is going to be projection minus 0.3 in 2023. Quebec is 16.8% increase and 0.5% increase. They're both positive. So New Brunswick, 16.5%. And annual percentage of change, 0.4 in 2023. Nova Scotia, 18.1% and 2.7% in 2023. Prince Edward Island, 16.3% and 6.9% in 2023. And Newfoundland, 5.8% in 2022 and 5.7% for Newfoundland. So based on this statistic, these are cumulative statistics of all transactions that are going through MLS system across Canada. Based on my assessment, and I believe in Ontario, particularly in GTA area, would expect to have a price increase of 2.5 to 2.75 in 2023. I do not believe it's going to go down. Reason is this. We have over 400,000 immigrants that are coming. We have a shortage of supply. Houses construction is slow. And cost of material has gone up. Cost of labor has gone up 35-40%. So there is no way the cost of purchase of the home will go down, particularly in the resale market, because cost of new construction is going up. Only thing will happen is how people are going to afford it. And whoever have a home they want to upgrade, this could be a great opportunity. Anyone who have saved the money, this is the best opportunity. There could be some challenges for some buyer sellers. If you can't afford it, you may have to dispose of the property before you get in trouble. So it is my recommendation that if you can afford it, you can rent it or carry on able to pay all the payments that are due without affecting your credibility before defaulting on a payment. If you can carry on, and this is the only house you have to rent it, you have to pay rent while I live in your house, find another job, and go through this difficult time. You need to provide a shelter to your family. So owning one home is very important than renting it. But if you are in trouble financially, consult with a real estate professional to make sure you don't deplete your equity. The more longer you keep, depending on where your property is located, what is the condition of the property, these are all average prices projections. You need to consult with a real estate professional in your geographic area or the one that you know, or call me, 905-785-9923, or my direct number, 416-451-3489. So I do a CMA for you to assess the value of your property, so help you make a decision, because very, very critical. So this is last episode of 2022. I would like to take this opportunity to be our Realty Coffee Talk and Awaz Entertainment to wish you a happy, prosper, healthy, and successful year 2022. May God bless you all. May God bless Canada. Thank you very much for watching. See you next Thursday at 7 p.m. Bye for now. Happy New Year.